No, I really tried to get into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I did get into it for a while, but it really ended. It's not worth it. It's
Mm.
really not worth it. It's like
you're lying.
mhm.
Okay.
It's like the ending doesn't justify it. So help me if One Piece is just the friends we found along the way.
I hope so.
No,
I hope that is
No.
just it.
no.
No, but Attack on Titan it's interesting, but it loses its luster because it tries to become more complicated than what it is.
Yeah.
They're like, oh well, everybody was actually a Titan, and it was the friends that we made along the way were Titans, and I was a Titan, and they were a Titan, and there's Titans in the walls, and there's Titans in my butt, and there's Titans everywhere.
There's Titans in the coffee.
There's Titans in the coffee. It's
well, no, they got to yeah, that's true, and then they got to a point where it's like, and for anybody that's watching, as always, you got to be careful.
Spoilers.
Basically, 3, 2, 1. All right. So basically, there is another country that was sending the Titans over, and attacking them, and then they were like, "Okay, well, we got to go destroy that country, and then we're going to go destroy the world." And
I mean, really, it was
the
just
the main character, Aaron, just kind of does this. I don't really feel like there was a progressive arc for his character to go from, oh, we're going to take out all the bad guys, to I'm just going to kill everyone.
I mean, yeah, and then he becomes essentially like God, if I remember correctly.
Something.
Like,
yeah, something to that effect.
He becomes
a
weird own thing.
And then there's this whole there's this like whole minefield thing or whatever. So I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever it was, they didn't use StreamYard because there wasn't traffic there and making their shows come on late.
Yeah.
Whatever the problem was. Jeez.
No.
No, not really. I love you, StreamYard.
They're going to be like, what did you just say?
Yeah, right. And then it's like, oh, you're going to have traffic every time now.
I'm going to send the Cart Titan after you.
Yeah.
You really are me.
They're actually, the Cart Titan is kind of where because I saw that design, and my first thought was that platypus bear is pooping money. That was my first thought when I saw that design. and I'm like, no, that's not a Titan. Like that's a thing.
It just, I felt like it set up this whole world and this whole I don't know, it felt like it was gonna be something better.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't. And it's like, oh, I'm disappointed now. I spent a lot of time waiting for this stupid thing.
I liked it better when it was just like mindlessly slaughtering Titans, and then Arwen, Bert, Ernie, whatever his name is, decided I'm going to be a Titan.
Yeah. What?
Oh, and everybody looked the same. Like the art style drove me up a wall because every time they'd be like, and then this person, I'm like, but isn't that the other guy?
The only way that you could tell the difference between everybody was their haircuts sometimes. Like Connie had a different haircut. Armin had a different haircut.
Right.
Aaron really didn't have a different haircut. And what's her name? Misaka?
Misaka.
Yeah, she had a scarf. So that's how you could tell them. But when it came, and I think Historia had really wide eyes. That's about it. But everybody looked the same. I'm like, oh, what is Marco doing? That's not Marco. What the hell? This looks just like Marco.
That's not Marco. That's the potato girl.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Completely different gender.
Not even. Well, see, I picked it up. as a manga. I started reading it first before I went to the anime. And in fact, it bored me watching it because other members in my household were watching it, and I knew what was going to happen next. So I was like, okay, I'm watching it. Whatever. It's not one of those ones. I am actually I am giving serious consideration to when I'm done with this. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and read. When I'm done with One Piece, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read from where where the anime stops.
Mm-hmm.
Or I might even go back and just start Egghead over again and read up from there. But I'm really giving serious consideration to just reading it from the beginning. Like, no, I'm not going to make you wait that long. I'm just saying I'll read it in the catch-ups, but while I'm waiting for the next chapter, go back and start it
Right.
and read it.
No, that makes sense. Because you do, like, it is a different experience when you read it. I feel.
Yeah, it moves a lot faster than the anime.
Not Wano. Wano moved faster in the anime than it did in the manga.
Oh my gosh! But there was so much stuff happening, and in the anime, they're like, okay, here's a map of where everybody is and what they're doing, and over here, Wano didn't have any of that shit. So You're like, they're in a house. That's all you need to know.
Well, in the manga, it tells you what floors everybody's on, and that still doesn't
do it
help.
in the anime. Yeah, it was a lot of stuff, but everybody had a really significant, except for maybe my boy, had a really significant step up. In Wano. Everybody. Yeah,
especially.
But I'm telling you, I know that you read it, but I'm saying, go check out the animation for Gear 5. So as a manga reader, do you refer to it as 5th Gear or Gear 5?
I refer to it as Jesus mode. I mean, there's
actually more to that. You saying that than
I know
than most people think. There's really a lot more to that.
Yeah,
I totally get where you're coming from.
Jesus, and then there you go.
What's up, Steve?
Oh shoot, we got to do our little intro.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that real quick. You got it, or you want me to do it?
I was gonna let you do it since it's yours. I feel like maybe I should let you do it.
In a world where people can talk about things, and there are people who have a lot to say about the things they are talking about. When there is nothing else to say, these people will talk about stuff with the confidence in knowing what they are saying. When they have things to say, they will start talking about the thing they need to talk about. This is the show that you don't want to miss when there are things to be discussed.
I found a Hershey bar.
Are you sure that's what that is? I mean, you were just sitting there.
You know what?
Nobody just finds a Hershey bar. Usually, it's like, oh, look, there's Cocoa Pebbles all over the house. Do you own a rabbit? That kind of thing.
No. Yep. Oh, look, raisins. No, I have a little bag of chocolate right here.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
But I was like, oh, what's in my bag of chocolate? Oh, feces. I mean, Hershey bar. But I say Gear 5, or 5th Gear.
Yeah.
But normally when anybody gets a godlike power, I just go, and then he becomes Jesus, and then we move on. It's the easiest way to say it.
Well, what gets me is, okay, you're going to have to nerf him somehow. Because if he's that powerful now...
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, they do. They nerf him. And that's why I feel remember when I told you that, Ona, the one girl with the fruit, when they eat it,
the one girl with the fruit.
Yeah, where all she is she's just making sure that both sides are balanced.
Oh, right. The mochi or the dumpling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She makes it out of
I'm fine with that. I mean, yeah, I can get that. Well, even still, though, there's ways to nullify devil fruit.
Yeah, you put them in
powers. Well, that too, but
and the sea stone
and Blackbeard and hockey, and there's things to do. Yeah, there's ways to do it. Yep. So watching it, you switch over to the subtitle.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what do you prefer when you're watching anime? What do you prefer?
Oh, subs or dubs?
Yeah, there's the eternal debate on subs and dubs that has been raging ever since Japanimation, as they used to call it, has been in existence. And we never use that term because it's probably borderline racist now. But still, since
Japanimation?
yeah.
I didn't think that was his comment.
I have no idea. I had to inform my daughter a couple weeks ago. It's like, yeah, we didn't used to call this anime. We called it Japanimation. You did what?
Yep.
It's like,
we did.
Yeah, that's what we called it.
When it comes to sub or dubs, it just depends on whoever gets the handcuffs in time. I think the room. So that's just what I.
That's a
what
hell of a
think.
way to put it.
No, it depends. If the dub sucks, I'll switch to subtitles. Like I'll switch to Japanese audio with English subtitles.
Yeah.
But if
Okay, so I'm just going to sit here and admire Chad for a little bit. So if anybody has anything in the comments, we're always open to talk about anything, and you're always included when you enter the comments or whatever you want to say. Whatever. It doesn't, well, I mean, I don't want to say whatever because, that kind of gets out of hand. But, if you're watching, you want to, we could talk about something while we're waiting for Chad. Who knows? He might not even come back. Oh, great. So, hey, look, I'm going to play a clip for you that I've had geared up. Share screen. So, anyway, yeah, so, you got something to say. So, what do you think? So, subs or dubs? What do you feel? I'm curious out there because for me, sometimes it's all about it's all about how you experience something, right? So is it going to be dubs? I didn't say that. Okay. Here's the thing that I get with dubs. So if you're an artist and you're watching something, you can't really watch it and you draw at the same time and watch subs. I tried. It doesn't work. But so you get dubs, but then you got the other thing where sometimes it's like, that's just this teeth grinding, drives you crazy. So, but what's really crazy, but I was going to tell him, and maybe when he comes back, I'll have to repeat myself. But what I was saying is that they did the One Piece opening in English. Well, they came back and they redid it in Japanese. And what's interesting about it is they did it in Japanese, but you read it and it's not what they say in English by a long shot. So it's kind of interesting to see them have an English and have it subtitled or translated. And I wonder just kind of how much do we lose? In it. I know there was a thing back, I don't know, a couple months back about how Crunchyroll or Funimation, I can't remember which one it was that even the subs don't even really match up to the actual Japanese. So if you really, really, really want to get the whole experience of anime, you need to learn how to speak Japanese, which I think they have the lingo for that. Yeah, I tried that once. I tried to learn it. I cannot retain foreign languages for some reason. Like I know a little bit of Spanish here and there, but I just can't. I just can't retain it. So I mean, anybody out there can let me know. Give me some tips on that because I want to be bilingual, but I just don't think I have the capacity to do it. Between that and doing tutorials on YouTube or wherever else I find it, I use 21 Draw sometimes. It's really hard to be able to devote that much brain power to something. I mean, golly, I'm not a genius, for goodness sake. After all, I'm sitting here rambling and I don't know what to say. So, to be completely and utterly honest with you, So I mean, I'm wondering maybe I should just I don't know, let me see. Maybe I should just pull something up, draw something. Who knows? Is that what you're supposed to do if you kind of oh, this is a draw stream? I don't want it to be a draw stream though. But so when like I said, anybody out there, go ahead, leave a comment, leave your 2 cents. I feel sorry for everybody who's watching from Chad's Twitter. My bad. I'm not Chad. Although you could consider this Chad cosplay. Glasses, bald head. I think he went bald first, so we'll let him have it. But anyway, so let's see. I would do a Kickstarter crawl, but I'm trying to keep you. So is everybody else's feed just completely and utterly X-Men 97? Like it's been the best thing since, I don't know, I would say sliced bread, but let's face it, is sliced bread really that great? Well, it is. But is X-Men 97 the same? I don't know. I haven't watched it, so let me know if it's that fantastic. Who knows? But let me see if I got the message. It's always weird you be in the middle of a conversation with somebody and this is not the first time this has happened to me. Not at all. I swear this is consistently. I'll tell you what. So I'm going to try to keep it going just in case he gets his power back on. About the 30 minute mark. I'm just going to check out. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and we'll talk, and I'm going to share a screen. Let's see. So yeah. So anyway, so this is a page from upcoming Magi's Grace number 2. Working on it. So I think I might have somebody coming up. So just I think, you know what, you can maybe you're out there and you kind of like you see these people, they draw you're stuck in drawing these figures that are just the static. I can't with crowds. It's a big problem for me because I don't want everybody to just be standing around. You realize how boring that is just to see people standing around. Say, what's up, Martha? It's kind of dull. Just kind of like listen to this person. Maybe. Come on, you can do it. So maybe he's coming back. We'll see. The cat wants to be on. The cat is talking.
I have been gone for 45 years. I needed to switch to primitive clothing.
What the hell, man?
Dude, my entire internet went out. Like
StreamYard did it
sitting
to you.
here.
StreamYard's pissed off now,
Yeah, well,
and they're like, "Fuck this dude." It's, yeah, right. Awkward, right?
I was like, oh my god. Well, we were talking about subs and dubs, and clearly I said something to piss off, the gods.
Well, the YouTube guys, absolutely. They're like whoever.
Yeah, I think
said
it's
handcuffs.
animation.
Well, no, you see, no, it's the handcuff thing. Because here's the deal: you said handcuffs, and that means bondage, and you can't have that on YouTube. You
can't, no. And I mean,
yeah.
Right here we are completely G-rated, family-oriented stuff. Nothing here ever signifies that we are adult-only show.
It's not like we have boobs over our shoulders or anything.
No. See, that would be weird. That would be terrible. Also, I forgot how itchy this is.
It looks itchy.
But I'm going to sit here with this.
It's so funny that it's going to be the next Geico commercial. I can't believe Geico stole your pickle costume.
I was like, what is wrong with your cat?
Who knows? It's upset.
I don't think I've ever heard a cat. I mean, I have heard of cat, but
yeah, maybe
I don't think I've ever heard your cat before. I
don't know what the deal is with that thing. It's weird. No, it's not okay.
No, Nita's fighting
not
it.
okay.
Like,
It's
that's
not
what
okay.
she's doing.
Well, she was about to hop on and kind of take some pressure off of me because I kept it going.
I was gonna get on mobile because he was like, get on there, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And then it all popped back up, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, let's do this.
So, let's do this.
Yeah, let's be back here. Japanimation, and then everything just explodes. Like, yeah.
There's got to be something for that.
Guy.
So,
I do for that.
Well, I was explaining to everybody, and like I said, if you came back, I was going to tell it again.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. So remember that time I said, so the One Piece theme song was in English. Okay. Yes. Now, it was, they redid it or remade it in Japanese. So you get to see the subtitles.
Right.
For the song. But it's not the same song. Like the subtitles don't line up to what the English version was.
That's how it is with a lot of, especially like Yu Yu Hakusho. If you go to the Netflix subtitles, and they're notorious for it, nothing that they're saying is what the subtitles are. It's beautiful.
Right. Well, that's what. Well, I think it gets to the point where dub is trying to have a more inflection and to cross over the border of, because with the language, it's not just words and meanings. It's also the way you say something, or the way that you speak, or the way that the
reflection of it.
Yeah, or a saying or whatever that's common to you, to me, whatever the case is. So
right.
But I was switching from dub to sub. I can't stand Frankie's voice. Like
in the dubbed or the subbed?
In the sub. Like Frankie's voice is, oh yeah, it's super, that kind of, and then, it is super there. And like, no, it's not right. It doesn't make sense.
They should have just gotten an All Might's voice actor for both.
What does he sound like in the Japanese version?
This pretty much the same as he does in the American thing. Like, it's okay now. I'm here. Like, it's just very. So speaking of aggressive people, I picked up. Are you familiar with Fist of the North Star?
Yes, I'm familiar with it. I remember there was a movie.
Well, yes, but it's a long running manga as well, an anime.
Oh, it's a manga? No, I do that.
Oh, yeah, it is. Speaking of manga, I picked up Fist of the North Star Boxing Fitness for the Switch.
Oh, okay.
And it's really.
I thought it was like a Fist of the North Star like exercise routine or something.
It is.
Oh.
It's Fist of the North Star characters giving you their like workout routines.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's not. I mean, obviously, it's not like do 16 million squats and sit-ups, but it's like you just have these very, very big, muscly men just going, and now we're gonna learn how to jab. You are looking great. I couldn't have done better myself, and it's like really awkward. I love it.
We're just gonna jab,
jab and punch. It's actually a lot of fun. I am good. Ah, he did come. See
what? Oh, yeah.
I know. I was gonna choose some artwork, but I was like, Steph Wilton. I need him up.
See, he should have done a slideshow.
Sorry, Nobi. I should put together a slideshow, and it's just.
I did have a slideshow. Let's see. Can I put it back up?
I was gonna see. I should have did the slideshow, but it's like. It starts out with a clothed person, and then they get less clothing as the.
I'm afraid that might come. That might come back to bite us. Just thinking, maybe. There's always next time.
Like I just get more and more risky, and my camera just keeps moving like closer to covering it up.
With potato bags work.
Listen, when my power went out, I needed to switch to primitive clothing because it felt like I was in the Stone Age for a long time. So. Because, this is the most accurate medieval costume, by the way.
You're a millennial. That makes sense.
Yeah. People watch these period pieces in medieval times, and they're like, yeah, this is about the royalty, which is true. Nobody wants to see the man in the potato sack. But when people say that, they're like, oh, well, we're going to be sophisticated like in the medieval times. Bro, no, you're going to be wearing this because that's what 95% of the population wore during the medieval period. What's just whatever they
Well, that's the
found.
Dark Ages. I mean, it's, bring out your dead and all that jazz.
Bring out your dead. I'm still alive. Nope, he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah, you can say what you will about traffic. At least you're not having to deal with the plague.
Right. Exactly. Plague, traffic. Which one do you want to deal? Well, I love those people who will say that. Like, we should go back to the 1920s. You mean with the sexism or the racism? Like, which one? Like, which part? Or
what are you talking about? You mean the time when we had no phones or internet?
Right. I was born in the wrong time period during the Depression.
I mean, what does that mean exactly?
I don't know. Like, I do believe that you could be born with it as an old soul.
Okay. Chances are you couldn't afford whatever it was that you think that you would.
Yeah, this is what happened.
I like it. Nice. Two casually walking around naked.
Hello.
Wasn't that Vision? That was Paul Bettany, wasn't it?
Probably. Or was it the other guy who plays Silver Surfer?
No, that's Doug Jones. It wasn't Doug Jones.
Was it not
Paul
Doug
Bettany
Jones?
was in it. No. I'm glad I'm here to set you straight.
I don't know. They both are people who are lanky and they do bendy stuff and they're naked very frequently.
Doug Jones is usually like, he was Silver Surfer, He
was Rsvp
and Pan's Labyrinth.
He was wasn't he also the thing in shape the monster in Shape of Water?
Yes.
Yeah, and Abe Sapien.
Abe Sapien fanfic. Yeah, that's
what it was. Abe Sapien fanfic.
Well, I heard that was, who knows if this is true or not, but that was kind of the direction that he wanted to go.
Was that he really wanted to bone Abe
Sapien? He didn't get the rights to it. You know that he wouldn't let Mike Mignola into the meetings where they were meeting and discussing about the movies.
Really?
Yeah, he said, you don't want to be there. It's I don't know. It sounds like real freaking grooming, gaslighting kind of shit, right? Oh, you don't want to be there, and they're friends, so I guess whatever. It's stupid Hollywood boring stuff, and they're fight, and it probably is really, but
sure. Does anybody really think going to the boardroom and discussing is any fun?
Probably. Everybody wants to be a supervisor till they have to be a supervisor. Shit. This is not as cool as I thought it was going to be.
I thought we were going to be talking about the Gummy Bears movie and how cool it's going to be. Soul saying yes or no. And just begging for money about it. Fuck corporate America. Anyway.
Yeah, well, but he was involved in the David Harbour Hellboy movie.
Which is weird because that movie was terrible.
Which is weird because it's accurate to the fucking comic.
Is it really?
Yes.
You never actually saw it.
You never saw it?
No, I didn't see it.
No, what? There's actually like scenes from the comic that were in that movie.
Really?
Really, yeah. Like, really, Hellboy, in essence, in the Guillermo del Toro, the Hellboy is just Ron Perlman.
Right.
I mean, really, but not in the comic.
Well, no, it's a comic compared to Ron Perlman. I mean, not the same thing.
Okay, no, my point being is, that's what happens with these kind of movies. Like the actor becomes the character without people on stream. He was taking a boat down the river and dying. I thought it was Oregon Trail and dysentery. But
no, that you misunderstand that one. You just dissed Terry when you were doing that.
Oh, that's early trolling. I get you. But no, I mean, so you had the darker tone, and it dove more into the supernatural. I did not like Hellboy 2. There were some things that I liked about it, but I did not like.
The only scene that I remember from that, and I'm pretty sure we've talked about the scene before, is where Hellboy gets his ass kicked by gym lockers.
Oh yeah, oh shit. Something. Yeah.
The ectoplasm dude.
Yeah. What's his name? Family Guy.
Yeah, that Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane kicks his ass, right?
Yeah, and I was like, and that's the only scene I remember because I thought it was really funny because it comes out of nowhere.
It's entertaining in a sense, but I can't stand the designs of the trolls and stuff underneath the bridge.
Mm.
I don't like that. It doesn't feel right to me, and that's what I think about when I think of like Guillermo del Toro's. Like the Hobbit scene where the Hobbit, the first movie, The Hobbit, and I got like serious like backlash on this when I said it. But if you go back and you watch the freaking Hobbit and you have the Goblin Town scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the first one, that is such Guillermo del Toro influenced character design. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just can't get into that kind of. There's some things it's like a hit and miss. I don't know what the deal is with it.
They kind of, now that I'm looking at these weird, they're called Fraggle Wumps. Yes. The weird potato looking things.
There were all sorts of thinking creatures underneath the bridge. There's trolls. There was.
Oh, okay.
No, there a whole bunch.
Because I was
the tooth fairies were cool. The tooth fairies were cool. The angel thing was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But, and then he got her pregnant. Like, okay, for instance, Liv and Hellboy didn't have a romantic relationship in the comic.
No, they didn't. They were just buddies.
Yeah, that was just the thing that was added. And if you really want to get it, Hellboy, and I'm going to get flack for this, and people are going to hate me, was kind of two-dimensional. Shape of Water was a Saturday cartoon plot with nudie scenes. What's up, Jason?
I like that. I like that comparison. It's just a Saturday morning cartoon. I'm in love with Ape Sapien. Did you see that they're making a Steamboat Willie versus Winnie the Pooh?
I'm not surprised. There's a whole universe coming, like Bambi and everything.
Yeah, it's by the same guy. It's Mickey versus Winnie, if I remember correctly, is what it's called. Mickey versus Winnie. Yeah, and it's Steamboat Willie Mickey versus Pooh from Blood and Honey. And I'm really hoping that this movie is just the script of Freddy versus Jason. Like, that's all it is. Like, that's what I'm hoping for.
Well, okay, well, you got to give it to Freddy. Okay, let's give it, but to be honest, you have to give it to Freddy versus Jason.
Oh, that movie was fun.
Yeah, well, it was fun, but it was imaginative in the way that they brought it about.
Yeah. And Jason like freaking rips him out of the dream world, and he's like, "Nah, you're coming."
Yeah. Well, at the end, but remember the reason why Jason was on Elm Street?
Not offhand.
Okay, see, you missed the plot. Here's the
I'm sorry, it's been forever since I saw it.
But it was actually okay. So basically, Freddy had lost power because kids had forgotten who he was.
Yeah, like Santa Claus.
Right, kind of like Santa.
Yeah.
Really? You got to compare Santa Claus and Freddy. Okay, fine, sure. Like Santa Claus, or like Tinkerbell. Let's say Tinkerbell. The fairies, if you don't believe in them.
Yeah. Yeah, they disappear.
Anyway.
Or like the imaginary friends.
Right. Oh, golly, don't even get me started on imaginary friends right now.
Anyway, continue.
But, so, basically, he pretty much got Jason out of hell. And kind of used like the image of his mother to get Jason out of hell to go to Elm Street and start killing. Because if he goes to Elm Street and starts killing, the legend of Freddy Krueger starts coming up. And now,
right, and then
now he starts getting his power back. Yeah.
But then when you really think about it, though, because Jason's going around killing, really, that's not how that works. Because then it's just the legend of Jason, not the legend of Freddy.
Right. But not on Elm. But it's Legend of Jason at Crystal Lake, not Legend of Jason on Elm Street. See,
right.
They didn't know who Jason was killing anybody at this point in time. They were just knowing They just knew a couple of their friends had died, like of mysterious circumstances, like one was beheaded or whatever the case is. And so they're like, "Oh, hey, remember that story about?" I'm not saying it's like Oscar-winning material. I'm just.
Did you know there's only one serial killer on this whole street, and that's Freddy?
Well, there was, because Jason's ass was supposed to be in Crystal Lake. Jason doesn't know how to use GPS. If that was the case, he wouldn't have drowned.
Jason's terrible. Could you imagine that? Like another serial killer, like a serial killer comes up and is like, "Oh God, who could it be? We remember the Exorcist girl. I think it might be that, like it's just totally different." And Ghostface is just going.
In all honesty, but look, yeah, right.
Because of fucking idiot.
Which Ghostface? That's all I'm saying.
All of them.
At least the Exorcist girl was one girl. So.
No, now it's 3.
Yeah, now.
And then if you're talking about the sequels, there's like 7 of them.
Man, have you ever watched Exorcist 3?
Is that the one where they're like in the weird like prop room? Like they're in that weird mental asylum, but they're all like in tubes or something? Like they're all in tube rooms?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, yeah. I've seen like reviews of it. It looks wild.
It is. Okay, the guy who wrote Exorcist wrote and directed that movie.
That doesn't surprise me.
And it scares the shit out of me even to this day.
Really?
It is freaky. It's like there's some scenes in it. It just has an overall. I'm sure there's some cheese or whatever the case is, and maybe I remember saying it was like they were high on crystal. So
that's exactly what they were.
There was like some cheese, sure, whatever.
Sure.
I mean, but Samuel Jackson's actually in it for like a second. He plays like a blind guy. The guy has a dream that he's walking through. It's kind of like a purgatory waiting room or something, right? Because Catholics believe in afterlife waiting room. But anyway, so
like Beetlejuice.
It's true, right?
The Beetlejuice room.
If you commit suicide, you end up being a civil servant. But anyway, that's like if you ever notice, that's what like everybody that was a civil servant in Beetlejuice had some kind of like scars on their wrists.
Yeah, I think remember hearing about that.
Well, that's what they said. It was Otto who said it. They say if you commit suicide and you become a civil servant in the afterlife. That kind of thing. And they're like, oh. And then you see everybody like with cut wrists and the guy who like obviously jumped out in front of a car and was ran over.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that I think about it, being in a waiting room doesn't sound all that bad after death.
It's better than the alternatives, right?
Right. Like when you really think about it. Or even being the civil servant isn't that bad either.
Have you ever been a civil servant?
No, but it's either you're burning in hell being poked with a pitchfork.
You don't know. You don't know what it's like to work at the DMV. You don't know what it's like.
No, you get to sit in the back. Office. Listen, don't even tell me about working at the DMV. Those people go in the back room and they just eat lunch all day and they don't help anybody.
See, now they got to deal with people who think that. You see?
Right, yeah, they do. They have to deal with me because I think that. And then they say you can do it online, but then you get an email saying, no, you can't do it online. You have to go into the DMV. And then they tell you right there up front, did you know you could do this online? No, I can't, because that's why I'm here, because I can't, you fucking idiots.
I am glad that you specified we're talking about the DMV and not just online porn.
Hell is other people. Hell is other people.
They say you can do it online, but
you can't. That's hell right there. It's going, oh, I could do this online, and then knowing you have to get your ass out the fucking door. I hate getting up.
So anyway, so there's this whole purgatory scene where he's walking through, and it's like people are stitched together and things like that. We're among the angels. It's like almost like a hospital. It's a hospital setting set in like a train station. Looks like, and like Samuel Jackson's there for like 1 second as a blind guy. Yeah.
Before
he walks up to his friend and he's like, "Oh, it's we were having the same dream." Other guy's like, "I'm not dreaming." Wake up, his friend's dead. That kind of shit.
Oh,
yeah,
that's freaky. I need to check it out.
It is. Chucky's in it. Like
Chucky?
No, yeah. Chucky, but not Chucky. Not as Chucky.
Like the actor that plays.
Yeah. Because what's interesting is it plays off. You've seen the first one, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So basically, The cop, okay. The cop was a friend of the priest that threw himself out the window because he was possessed.
Okay.
All right. So he saw his friend die. Well, this other guy is saying he's a killer, and he goes is killing these people, but he's in a mental institution. So he goes to the guy in a mental institution, and the guy has his friend's face, who's supposed to be dead. But then he changes, and he's got Chucky's face, but not the doll, the actual guy.
Oh, dang! My mind went way.
People who went to Chucky's face think worm tongue, right? So
right, yeah. Hey, what's up?
Hey, officer, wanna play? You know, it's like,
why do you look like plastic? Shut up.
You're a mother of sex cocks in hell. So I mean, so basically. Like but basically the serial killer that's in a mental institution should be the serial killer because he was executed, and so it's almost like the spirit of the serial killer, and the demons or whatever, or there's the demon of the serial killer in this guy's body. It's some shit like that. It's bizarre.
It sounds weird. That sounds wild.
Yeah, it's something else. You got old ladies crawling on the ceiling and people just being bled to the point that everything's dry. Except for the jars of blood next to the bed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a very morose movie. I think it's a good way to put it.
I've never heard anybody use that word.
Yeah, well,
but
you're welcome.
Vocabulary. It almost sounds like a Hellraiser when you really think about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, of course, you have your Hellraiser. The first one was very psychological, right?
Yes. Yeah. I like the first one. I thought that one was great.
Yeah, and that was also, I think that was directed by Clive Barker.
Yeah,
as well. So like, and then you had Hellraiser 2, and then it got really real with Hellraiser 2.
I saw Hellraiser. I think I saw 2, and I think I saw 3. I saw one of the other Hellraisers, and I can't remember which one it was. But the first one is my favorite. I love that movie. It holds up really well.
Hellraiser 3?
I think it was Hellraiser 3.
I can't remember. Hellraiser 2 was the one in the hospital.
Yeah.
And they opened up the door to hell, basically.
I think so.
I can vaguely remember 3. I've only seen it once.
Speaking of watching movies, though, because I like saying it, I saw the new Planet of the Apes. Hey, Art Victim. Did you know that I saw Planet of the Apes, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, you did tell me that you saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
I did, and wow, it's good until you think about it for like a good 5 minutes.
Wow,
and then the whole movie makes absolutely no sense.
Oh, so are you saying that Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes was not very as good as like War of the Planet of the Apes or maybe Rise of the Planet of the Apes?
That's weird. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Was it directed by the same guy?
I don't know. It was directed by the guy who did Maze Runner.
Okay, I don't know.
Which is like I think his only credits.
Oh, well then no. Matt Reeves did the other ape movies. You know, the same Matt Reeves that ruined Batman. And he did a really good job with Planet of the Apes. So
Wes Ball, that's who did it. The guy who did the best known for doing Maze Runner. And those are the only 3 movies that he did in his entire career. And then Kingdom of the Apes.
Yeah. Huh. Wait, Maze Runner? Yeah, I saw the first one. I didn't watch any more after that.
I didn't see it at all. I don't care enough.
Yeah, the Jars of I watched the first one. The Jars of Drained Blood thing is from H.P. Lovecraft's Horror and Red Hook. You know, they might actually have referenced that in that movie too, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah, they might have. I don't remember. I'm not a Lovecraft fan.
I'm
not like a Lovecraft. Okay, let me rephrase that because it sounds like, oh, I hate Lovecraft. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, I don't know enough about Lovecraft. I've read one Lovecraft story, and that's because I'm on a book that has something to do with Lovecraft.
Well, speaking of Lovecraft, did you know his cat?
Yes, we don't see. This is the shit that gets us banned on YouTube,
Don't be racist. I am a building.
And his name was not building.
His name is not building. Let's just get that right out of the way.
It's not skyscraper or anything.
It's nothing like that. But if you want to Google it, man, your search history at work, it's going to get you some serious stuff.
Oh my gosh. Gosh.
But
well, they try to address that in Lovecraft Country, which I watched like 2 episodes of that.
Yeah, apparently it gets better.
I don't know. I'll put it this way. Like, it's a good thing it was canceled, because if it kept going, it would have been canceled. So.
Oh.
Okay. I don't think that show was ever meant. I think it had bad juju. Like, really, seriously, because you had home dude that plays oh my gosh, what is his name?
Kane, the Conqueror.
Yeah. Oh no, I was going to say the guy. I was going to say the guy from Creed 3, but yeah, Kane the Conqueror. He's another movie I saw long before any of these other movies.
But oh my God, now it makes sense. It makes sense now as to why the casting was the casting, and it was because of the cat. Oh.
Well, they did address it, and it's like, well, you just have to look past the Arthur, because he was a reader,
right? Yeah.
But now I'm stuck on the fact that I'm thinking of this freaking movie that he was in that I saw long before he was well known.
H.P. Lovecraft is dry. Like, his books and his writing style is so dry. First off, if anybody ever reads me a story while I'm driving 2 hours from someplace, I will choke you, because that's what happened to me. And he read that cat story about the people that killed the cats. I was driving with, well, he's not really a friend. He was more of a minor annoyance, but him and I were going to a party because we both had
somebody, especially live on stream.
Well, I'm sorry, but he's probably not listening. And if he is, well, you know who you are. But anyway, we have a mutual friend, so we're both going to the same party. And he was like, "Hey, do you like Lovecraft?" And I'm like, "I mean, yeah, I guess. I'm not all that into him or anything." He's like, "Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I want to read you this story." And he read me the short story about this town killing the cats for like 20 minutes, and I wanted to jump out of the car. Like,
oh my gosh.
He didn't even do voices, and that was really sad. Like, he didn't even change his voice or anything and keep it interesting. You know? Be a voice actor. Just talk like All Might the whole time.
I used to read Wizard of Oz to my children, and I would do the voices. And one of the voice that I used for the Cowardly Lion, I didn't do that stupid MGM crap. No, I decided to use Bane's voice from The Dark Knight Rises.
Me, the Cowardly Lion.
I am the Cowardly Lion. You know,
I like that better. I actually like that better.
They're going to kill us. Yes. I mean, okay, so now unfortunately it sounds like the Bane from the Harley Quinn show, but you know.
Folding chair.
Where's my pasta maker?
Give it back.
That's a show I never went back to, actually.
I didn't either. When they revealed Joker, spoiler, going back to being evil, I was like, okay, this isn't funny anymore. Like, this is exactly what I was expecting.
Well, when they revealed, wait a minute. Bruce Wayne is Batman?
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Where's my flying car? I put a deposit on that.
Where's my electric car, Bruce? I put a deposit on that 3 years ago. They made a cancer gun. Why would you make something like that? And Harley Quinn's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
It's like, I don't know. They leaned in too much on their relationship. And in any story or something comedic like that, it becomes like really dull, especially when you get to, okay, we're going to try to then Poison Ivy's on a villain side, and now Harley Quinn's a hero.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not interested in this. It's like,
Yeah.
like that might have been interesting for like one episode. I think it would have been funny, but they drug it on and on and on. It's like, oh, Harley, you're really a hero. Nobody fucking thinks that.
Nobody actually thinks that. And now she's back to doing crime for a little bit.
Well, duh, because she's
weird.
freaking Harley Quinn.
No, it's weird. So she's like analyzing the villains. Like she's going deep in back to her crime roots to find out how to actually clean up Gotham. And I'm like, but why? like
you're gonna put somebody out of a job. There's like a whole family that does this kind of thing that you're just gonna put out of a job,
right? And listen, Batman is the well, he doesn't actually clean up anything. And I read that article. Did you read that article?
No, you told me about it.
Oh, did I?
Batman didn't actually clean up anything. That's how we got started on the White Knight thing last week.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I do remember that now. I was like, but have you ever read a fucking Batman comic? Like the whole fucking point.
It would be boring if it worked. I mean, if it was just, you know.
No, but listen. It's just you have if there was if only there was a hero that killed his villains to solve the problem. We don't have anybody like that. We've already talked about this. We got the punishment.
I mean, you got like remember last week when we talked about Peacemaker?
Right, exactly. Yeah. Remember Peacemaker, Chad? You fucking idiot.
Hey, look, I'd much rather go ahead and rehash this than have to rehash X-Men 97 over and over again.
I'm so tired of hearing about X-Men 97. Like, I'm sorry.
I'm glad people are enjoying it. I really am. I am. I'm so happy for it. I haven't watched it. I'm probably not going to. And that's not because like I'm better than anybody. I'm just not interested.
Right.
And One Piece. And
One Piece.
Look,
excuse me for a moment.
Fargo came out with I like Fargo. Right?
Right.
Fargo came out with a new season like middle way through last year, right? And I haven't watched
still going?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you ever watched Fargo?
Mm-mm.
Okay, Fargo is not like a continuation of any story. Like the first season is one story, I think, which is kind of based on what the movie was. I've never seen the movie. Then you had a second season, which is where Ewan McGregor met his wife, Ramona Flowers. And then...
yeah. Really creepy when you... Anyway.
Yeah, no, there's like... Well, come to think of it, that's where Kristen Dunst met. What the hell was going on that set? Because I think Kristen Dunst met on that set and married the dude on that too.
Everybody was just sleeping with each other.
Or maybe I'm thinking, maybe that's the third season. I don't know. Maybe Fargo. You know what? It's fuck all this Tinder stuff and this whole harmony thing. Just go be an actor on Fargo and you'll probably find yourself a spouse.
Oh my God.
That's how simple that was. But no, it's like they're crime. They're like really weird crime stories.
Oh, it's similar.
Based on actual events.
Is it similar to True Detectives?
No.
Well, because that's really weird crimes.
True Detective is weird crime, but it's like weird crime if you put it on like grunge, or maybe it's like how can I put it? Like noise. You know, noise when you turn up the noise or the gain on a speaker. That's what True Detective is.
Okay.
No, it's more tongue in cheek. I guess it's more, it's more Get Shorty.
I never.
You never saw Get Shorty?
No.
Golly, I'm struggling here, Chad.
I am a millennial. I was born after you.
That doesn't mean shit. Get Shorty came out when you were alive, man. In fact, they had that whole series of Get Shorty with not too long ago with what's his name? The guy from IT Crowd.
Nah.
I don't know what to do with you. Okay, my point being is, it's like they're really weird. They're awkward characters in a crime. You would like it.
I would like it.
You would like it. Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm glad
there you go. And the great thing about it is, if you don't like one season, that's okay. Just skip that season and go to another one.
Well, that's what True Detectives with the first season and then the other season.
Oh, is that what you meant? That it's like that?
Yeah, where it's just
yeah.
continuation, like or each they're not there. It's like an anthology style.
Isn't it funny how somebody could say it's like something and mean one aspect and you totally misunderstand it to mean a different aspect?
Well,
that happens to me all the time.
I mean, it's fair. Like that was my point that I was getting at. But they also do have weird crimes as well. But you can watch each one individually.
Yeah, I watched the first one.
Except if you want to see Jodie Foster have sex. I mean, that's something that happens in the newest season, and that's very uncomfortable to sit through.
20 years ago?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But now she's like 60.
Nell.
I didn't need that.
I've seen Nell, so I mean, have you ever seen Nell? You've never seen Nell, right? No. Okay. So it's Jodie Foster, basically, and she was in the woods, and they find her in the woods or whatever, so she's all like, way in the wee, or some shit like that, right? And basically, she goes into this thing, and she's spinning around. They get her to spin around and lift up her dress, and she's like showing off her breasts and everything. It's really, peak Jodie Foster.
Oh, I mean, clearly, if you see her breasts, it's very peak.
Yeah, very peak.
Very, very peak. But no, it was a very uncomfortable scene. Tiff and I were watching it, and I was just like, I need to like pause for a second and go get a shot because she's like, "Don't you dare pull out," and I'm like, "Oh, please stop!"
What a choice of words.
Please stop! I want to kill you.
So okay, so is it connected to the first one?
Yes.
To the first season.
Yes, but not. So there's the company is in it, and then the symbols. And it still maintains like that supernatural element to it.
That never get paid off, yeah.
Well, this is kind of, personally to me, I thought it was the ending was kind of disappointing. It was funny.
Like the first season of True Detective.
Well, I mean, I thought that one was done very well because it's also Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey. I really couldn't complain.
Well,
because they were awesome in that.
But they're best friends.
Not really. Well, sort of.
What? Sure they are.
In that show?
No.
You mean in real life? Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They just had the chemistry there. Oh, no, not really. No,
they had the bromance going.
No, because Woody Harrelson was a slut, and then he turned around, and Matthew McConaughey... Did Matthew McConaughey sleep with his wife, or they was about to and decided not to?
No, he did.
He did, okay.
He did, yeah.
He did. But he was a weird guy in there. He wasn't like, like, all right kind of guy, right? He was just kind of a weird standoffish guy. So it's like...
way to point it. But
yeah, I mean...
It wasn't all right weird. He was just weird.
He wasn't, you have Matthew McConaughey, like, all right. And then you got... and then this Matthew McConaughey is like, Are you all right?
Are you all right? All right.
It's not the same guy. I mean, I think it showed a vast, like, I know Matthew McConaughey for years, but I think it showed a good spectrum of how well he actually acts.
Well, that was like with the mechanic as well, like because he was that skinny, horrid thing.
Who?
Matthew McConaughey. He was in The Mechanic. Am I thinking of a different movie?
No. You're thinking of the skinny, horrible thing, yes. But it wasn't Matthew McConaughey.
Who was it?
Christian Bale.
Oh my god, it was fucking Christian Bale. I'm such a fucking moron. Fucking Christian Bale.
No, but I know why you think that. Why you think that. Because he did lose a lot of weight for Dallas Buyers Club. So it's very similar.
Yeah. So they're both method actors.
Yeah.
So sort of, but they both get really skinny and terribly diet horribly.
Well, I would think, okay, when you get to method acting, you know what Anthony Hopkins said about method acting?
Mm-mm.
He says fucking stupid.
I mean, I guess.
Well, he said basically he's like, it's like you should just be able to go in and do your part and then come right back out. None of this I'm going to live my life like that character. Like Heath Ledger got accused.
I was just about to say, look what happened to Heath Ledger.
Well, yeah, but the thing about it was he got accused. No, but he got accused. No, he didn't. If you actually, that's a rumor. Like if you go back and you talk to people from that were on the set and stuff, they said Heath, as soon as the cameras left out, he was Heath Ledger again.
Oh.
So it's like, yeah, that's kind of, it's funny how like 20 years later stuff comes out about like how it actually was. Thank you, internet. See, there's good things about the internet. If it wasn't for the internet, I would still be afraid to pee on an electric railroad. And see, I'm not anymore. I won't do it, but still.
I won't do it. I will.
But the point is, the internet is not all bad. It tells us good things. Like what I'm like. Oh, I'm trying to remember what it was.
Have you
There's
seen
a whole
Pornhub?
bunch of stuff that you. Yeah. See,
Yes,
wait. I don't think I want to endorse Pornhub. Somebody said the other day that Pornhub steals their material.
Oh, 100% they do.
Do they? I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Do you think?
So what? Like, so Pornhub is like the Napster of porn? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, but
okay.
it's.
Let me say it in a language you will understand. Pornhub's like the LimeWire.
Oh, that makes sense. By God, I was also around when Napster was a thing. You idiot.
How the fuck do I know?
I know.
Shorty came out after Napster, but she didn't know what the hell that was.
Because I wasn't pirating at that time. LimeWire was great because you got like that System of a Down song, the Legend of Zelda song, but it wasn't System of a Down. It was some other guy. And
was it really?
Yeah. I
totally thought that was System of a Down. Now
no.
I'm disappointed.
No, and then
you've ruined my childhood.
You're welcome. If that ruined your childhood sucked. I'm sorry.
It did.
Like, so I did end up watching the first the new Doctor Who. First 3 episodes.
Right. Yeah. You said like the second one was horrible. I saw somebody else commented on there like, what the is this? And yes, I did censor myself. And like, they really railed about how horrible it was. So
was it on
you
mine?
said it was good. Huh?
Oh, who was it? Because I want to go read it. Anyway, but
they were on my Facebook. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
but it wasn't like a review or anything. Oh,
well then screw them.
Facebook matters.
No, listen. Nobody on Facebook matters unless you're listening to this and you're watching us. Then you matter. We love you.
It's like somebody said yesterday. Hey, by the way, while we're at it, subscribe. If you're here, subscribe to Indie Comics Network so you can get all these great content. Because I was watching the video. Anyway, so that's what he said at the end of it. He said, subscribe. If you're somebody who breathes air, subscribe. And if you don't, fuck you. And I'm like, what does he mean by that? Does he mean fuck you to those who don't subscribe? Which is not what I would say at all. You have your own choices. It's America. I just fuck the dead people. That's how I look at it. So I liked the first episode. I thought that one was really fun. And then the second episode I thought was just absolutely stupid. That wasn't the Beatles one.
No, the Space Babies was the second episode. The Beatles one was awesome.
Oh, really?
Except the ending. That was really weird. I thought it was really strange out of nowhere. If anybody hasn't seen it yet, whatever. That they did this musical number. You're
watching the wrong show.
Right. They did a musical number called It's a Twist. And that is the twist, is that they're doing a musical number. But it doesn't make any sense. Because of what happened previously when they defeated the Maestro. Music came back and everything, and it was great. But they're doing a musical without the Maestro. And it's them actually doing it. So it's really strange. You got to see it because I cannot explain it properly. It's almost like they made it so now musicals can happen after they defeated the Maestro.
Oh,
which would be great if that was explained properly.
Wait. So who's evil here?
I don't I don't know.
If you think about it, we never would have to worry about another remake of the Cats movie.
Well, Jellicle cats.
When I was a kid, I wanted to see that. I wanted to see the Cats play musical.
You're wrong,
I have a cousin.
It is okay. The last part is a trap, but anyway.
Thank you, Colonel Akbar, Admiral Akbar. But no, I wanted to see the Cats musical. I had a cousin, or have a cousin. I guess she's still around. She's still around. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, so,
R.I.P. Maybe, I don't know.
No,
she might
was
be dead.
really into musicals. Like she was very much into musicals. And like she showed me Cats, the video, because I never went to the play. Anyway, I have never been so disappointed in my life. I really wanted to see Cats, and that's what I don't know what apparently I didn't want to see Cats because I didn't realize what Cats was.
And when you learned it's about death?
No, when I learned that it's not that good.
So you didn't see the musical?
I did see the musical.
Oh, you did? Okay, sorry.
But not the abomination that came out, because I don't care if you like cats or you don't like cats. That was an abomination to humanity.
Well, that was
especially feline race.
Did you ever see the edit of that where they just put buttholes on the cats?
No, it was vice versa, right? No, they went and took them out.
No, they did. Well, now I'm even more confused because
yes, they were the buttholes.
The buttholes were
I'm
real.
Serious. They put buttholes on the cats, and they removed it. From what I understand, somebody was telling me this the other day.
Did they put buttholes on cats?
Yeah. Somebody actually, his entire job was to remove CGI buttholes that had been inserted a few months before.
Oh,
yeah.
That was a real. Oh my God, that was a real trailer. That was real.
Well, at least that's what the internet says. Who knows? But, yeah.
Who knows? Did you ever see the Chip and Dale movie, the live action movie?
No.
Where they have the CGI cats. They have the cats. They're fighting in a trash can, like they're in the Uncanny Valley, or like the Uncanny Valley lane, where they have like the golden, not the Golden Compass, the train movie, the Beowulf people, the Polar Express, people, okay. And then you see like this.
People? You're gonna have to explain that one to me. Go ahead.
remember the Beowulf movie that was done in CGI?
Yes.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
He's in it. It's like a dwarf.
Does anybody else remember that? Really?
I don't know. That was
that seems like an odd thing to reference.
Me and my best friend went. Her and I went on a date to that because we decided to try dating, and then we just realized after that movie we just didn't want to date anymore. So it was like it's a very bad movie, is what I'm saying. It actually kills your romance life and any interest in anybody else. So do not take anybody to see that movie.
That's the one with like Angelina Jolie, Chris Lambert of Highlander, and Anthony Hopkins, right? Yeah. Why the hell do I remember all this?
I don't know, but
I think I'm first.
Because Angelina Jolie, I think, was naked in that movie. So,
it's like most of the early stuff by Angelina Jolie.
I know, but it's worth it for that one scene, and you're like, yeah. But I
just go watch Gia
in the back alley. And during those scenes, you just see two of those cats fighting over like a piece of bread or something in trash cans. And that's like one of the best scenes now. Every time I think of that movie now, I think of that scene because it was so good. They're like bashing that movie. Because it's Disney now. I mean, they have everything. They own everything.
Oh.
So they even have now that they own Hulu, they have anime on Disney Plus. So
what?
Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero, mostly just the standard stuff that you can find.
Jujutsu Kaisen's on Disney Channel or Disney Plus?
Yeah, well, because of Hulu.
That's
so now when you turn off when you put in mature content, that pops up.
Well,
yeah. Checkmate communism.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a win. I've watched Jujutsu Kaisen, don't get me wrong, but I like Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh.
No, I get. Yeah, tell me why you don't like something. Tell me something you don't like.
Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen? Oh man, I think it's the main characters are dull.
How dare you? What is wrong with you?
Every character acts the same. They literally all have the same personality of I'm going to be a badass.
But not Gojo.
Is that the main character?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't matter because I forget everybody's fucking name in that show. It drags on.
He's the one that everybody cosplays with the blindfold over his eyes. And
He's the same thing.
That's what?
He is just your badass guy. Like that's it. That's the whole character.
But he's just a badass guy. I mean, why are you holding?
Everybody is.
Oh my gosh. Chad, you really need to check yourself. You apparently have problems with badass guys.
I'm just saying that every time when I'm like, is he gonna be badass and powerful? He's gonna be badass and powerful. Well, okay, well, it's fine. Like, there's no surprise to it. Like, it's like okay.
Okay, so you want it to be like My Hero Academia, where everybody knows how to do something or better than the main character, except all he has to use is his pinky and destroy himself every time he uses the main power.
Yeah, but he gets over that. Like, he gets better.
But how long does it have before that happens? I read like 3 volumes of that.
That is true.
It lost me during the sports arc. Because every anime has to have a sports arc.
Even Dragon Ball Dragon Ball Super has a baseball arc.
I'm not saying that what part of every anime did you not
The
only one that I can think of that didn't have one was maybe Death Note. And I think there's a reason there. We understand why.
That would have been awesome.
Because Death Note is in itself an entire sport. It's a sports arc in itself. It doesn't need it's like having a sports arc inside of a sports arc.
That's a game of tennis.
It was a whole game. The whole thing was a game. Well, it was, right?
Yeah, it was just one big game of tennis.
It was cat and mouse. Yeah.
Like, that's all it was. I know.
Tag, you're it.
It would be really funny though if they had like a baseball arc and Light is just sitting there every time when they're like, you're like, nope, you're not getting to home. You're not getting to home. You're not going home.
Look, even in Dorohedoro, like out of nowhere, they decided that they're going to play baseball. Like they have a league and everything, and then it's just like, okay, so you have these sorcerers in this one world that comes to the human world and takes advantage of the humans there in the human world. And so it's all very dark and gritty, well, to an extent. I mean, it's fun too. But, and then out of nowhere, we're going to go play baseball. It's like, it's a thing. It's whatever. And I'm pretty sure there was a Hot Springs episode, but I don't remember it. So
it turned
because there was a lot of nudity in Doro.
Yes, there was. I'm thinking of Love Hina now, and which also had nudity in it. But that will also get you arrested though if you own that. So
really, why?
Because it's all like, bad? Isn't it like all 14-year-olds?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I forgot, or maybe that's Fruit Baskets. I don't remember offhand. It's one of those ones that'll get you arrested.
That's one that I never understood was such a big thing. Was Fruit Basket? Yeah.
I never watched it. I never watched it. I never saw it. I never read it.
Neither liked it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Huh. What, did she also like Ouran High School or Ouran High School Horse Club?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, that one will also get you around. No, but it's about
the Fruit Basket does it. It's a G-rated love story about Chinese, about the Japanese, or is it Chinese horoscope? Is it Chinese or Japanese?
Chinese horoscope.
Huh?
Chinese zodiac.
Chinese zodiac, right?
Yeah. Lanita said. Yeah, you know them.
Did that make sense? Was that English?
I don't know.
Don't tell her I asked.
What is the Chinese zodiac? I don't know.
She answered me in the language.
It's the spirits of the Chinese zodiac.
Yeah,
it's the spirits of
It's Ranma 1/2.
But told in Japan.
Yeah, like most things.
Yeah, it's a Japanese manga, but it's about China.
Okay, so Ranma 1/2. Is there a panda in that?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I keep seeing a panda every time it's brought up.
Yeah, it's his grandfather.
Maybe like oh yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah. And it's funny. I love that show. Ranma and App is hilarious. And then they're very casual about everything. They're like, did you have a rough night? He's just a panda.
Hey, Jujutsu Kaisen has a panda.
I know it does. I know. And I need to watch. I actually need to like sit down and appreciate Jujutsu Kaisen. I really do. But
Well, like I said, it's just like what the later seasons of certain Magical Index, where it's all like, this is the weapon that does but they have like domains, and I still don't understand the whole domain expansion thing. It's like you have to have a degree in physics to get it. I don't know. I'm sure.
Have you ever watched Chaos Head?
Yes, actually, I have.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking of. Like, you need to you needed a degree to watch that.
Oh my gosh! like the ending of it. It's like I don't remember anything about it except like at the beginning, he had a bunch of. He was big time anime girl. You know, he loved the anime girls.
Yep.
And there was one in particular, and then a lot of girls were involved. And at the end of it, he turned either to an old man or a young kid. I can't remember which.
I don't remember. All I remember is where they're like, did you know things are real, but they're not real?
Yeah,
and if you think that they are real, it can be real. And then he pulls out a giant sword, and I'm like, yep, sure, whatever.
Well, the thing is, so with that, it's like I walked away from it like, okay, that was good, but was it? I want to say it's good.
I couldn't tell you. I just remember it.
It's kind of like Soul Eater.
I don't remember anything of Soul Eater.
Okay, but you saw it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, exactly. It's kind of like Soul Eater. Like Soul Eater should be something that I should enjoy and I really like. I actually have like the first 3 volumes or 2 volumes of it. That should be something that I like the animation, I like the style, I like the movement of it, you know, and everything. Ask me if I've ever finished that anime.
Did you ever finish the anime?
I'm glad you asked. No.
No. I
never have.
It's kind of like Fairy Tail as well. Like, I
Yeah,
remember.
It's not as long.
It is long, and it doesn't stop. That's the thing about Fairy Tail, is that it kept going. Like, it ended, and then they're like, yeah, we're done. Surprise, there's a new arc. And same thing with 7 Deadly Sins. But
I've never watched that one.
I liked Fairy Tail. But if you ask me what it's about, I could not tell you.
I watched like the first 5 episodes of that, and I couldn't tell you what that was about.
I will
There's
tell
a guild.
You. There's a guild, and it's friendship, punch you, friendship.
Yeah.
Like, I hate you, but my friends make me stronger type deal.
Right.
But other than that, I could not tell you anything else about it. So, because I couldn't finish it. Like, I did finish the manga, but I could not finish the anime.
Oh.
I was like, I just friendship read. At least I can turn off my brain when I'm reading it. When those parts happen in the manga or in the anime, I do have to watch it because I was watching it subbed, and they're like, for my friends, for friendship, and I'm like, for my fucking suicide note. Like, that's what my thought process was. Like, I'm just going to kill myself. And then and then immediately, like, the little the helpline just pops up and says, if you need help, please dial.
Oh my god!
You can talk to somebody if you watched Fairy Tail.
If you watch Fairy Tail, you might need help.
You might need help. Or if you hate Jujutsu Kaisen.
Some of the new they got a new anime coming out called Windbreaker. Just on. Surely in Japanese that sounds a lot better.
I would hope so, because that sounds terrible. Windbreaker sounds like you're farting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or like you're wearing a
windbreaker. That's why I brought it up.
Oh, okay. Well, that just sounds stupid. What's it about?
It's about airbenders.
It's about stinky airbenders. Gross.
I feel like Aang would have a few fart jokes. I mean,
Korra had fart jokes.
Did she? Look, I watched half the second season of
with Milo. He farted. He fart bended.
Oh, right.
He used his farts to propel himself.
Talk about watching something and trying to forget it.
Right? Right?
That was so disjointed. I really wanted to like Korra.
I did too. The animation was great.
Yeah.
I like the characters, but yeah, like the whole story was very disjointed.
Well, the characters were in their way. They were set up to be a certain way. But you know what happened with that, right?
Well, yeah, they cut it. Like they just canceled the whole thing abruptly because of it's too much money.
No.
Oh.
What happened was they're doing the first season of Korra, right? But they never hear from Nickelodeon about whether or not Nickelodeon is going to renew it. So they're all like, okay, well, we want to make sure that this has an ending. So the whole thing with Armin and the Anti-Bending League and all that other stuff was actually supposed to expand to 3 seasons. But because of that, they sped it up. Didn't it seem a little fast? They ended up solving that problem, and then they sped it up.
Kind of a disappointment too.
Right, exactly. So they sped it up to get through to finish it, so people would have a coherent story. So they're going through animating it and everything else like that. Nickelodeon says, "Okay, we're going to renew it." And it's like, "Fuck you."
Great. Now we don't have a fucking.
We don't have a plot, so that's why you go into 2. 2's all about the spirit world, and right, it's about the spirit world. Is that where's the girl with the water arms that came in 2, right?
Yeah,
she had no arms, but she was a waterbender.
No, that was the last season, or
no, when was the last season? Because I didn't finish the last season. Maybe it's that 3rd season.
Yeah, that was with what's his name? The lava bender, the evil airbender.
Bolin found out he was a lava bender.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the 3rd season, right?
Yeah, that's the 3rd season because that's when all the airbenders
started coming back.
Yeah.
What's really crazy about that is what the hell happened in the 2nd season?
I don't remember. Oh, that was.
I don't remember this. It had something to do with the spirit world, and she accidentally let it open. That's how the airbenders came back, kind of.
Well, yeah, that was the last. That was the season finale. They were like, "Hey, airbenders are here again."
Yeah, that's what we remember from season 2.
Yeah,
but nothing else. I remember what's her name? Audrey Plaza was like played twins or something like that were evil or some crap like. That's all I remember.
They weren't really evil, but yeah, that was Bolin's girlfriend was one of them.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, and I actually was like. No, those two need to stay together. It's wonderful because she loves him, but like in a creepy way.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it was really funny. Those were great characters.
But so basically, they didn't have those connect, but the last 2 seasons connected.
Mm-hmm.
And I never went and finished the 3rd season, 4th season.
I didn't like the fact that Amon was a bloodbender. I thought that was kind of silly. Like that was how he blocked.
Oh, the bending.
Yeah, that's how he blocked the bending. Was the blood bending. I really wanted it to be almost like what's her name? Not May. The other one, Ty Lee.
Ty Lee. Yeah.
Yeah, where her entire school of like chi blocking.
Yeah.
Like completely advanced. Like she just got more and more powerful with it.
Okay.
But
totally.
Obviously she wasn't a bad guy because she joined, the Kyoshi Warriors and everything like that.
Well, if you remember, and the only reason that she was with Azula was because Azula basically burned down the fucking circus she was working at. Or tried to burn it down to get her to come.
I did pick up her Azula's side arc or her arc.
Oh yeah, did you read it?
I started it. It's actually pretty. It's pretty interesting. It's like her journey of redemption.
I hate that though.
So
I want her to have redemption.
I don't really want her either. So I kind of hope she stays unredempted. Unredempted. Is that word?
No. You're pronouncing that wrong. It's inredempted.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, sure, whatever. No,
I think it's unredeemed. I guess maybe I don't know. I'd hate to be out there and spread misinformation.
I don't know what the real word is anymore. Jellicles. But so the Misfits. That's my that's gonna be my new binge show.
How much have you watched?
I just got done with the Rsvp episode. The one where
In
it
the
was
police station, or
no, yeah, where he like tries to throw himself at the girl, and you've actually found out her hormonal power is like really bad.
Yes.
Like it's at first because I was just like, oh, that's kind of a fun power. Like you can keep poking people in her and like changing them, but then they get more and more aggressive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's bad.
They're not superheroes.
No. And I loved like the stupid alopecia power where you can
Or it makes you lose. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
That whole scene though was I actually kind of like that scene. They're like bonding moment.
Yeah.
Where they're like, this wig is really itchy. And she's like, girl, tell me about it. And she like takes it off. And I'm like, I thought that was really funny. I like that scene, but then I watched. First off, I didn't want to see old lady boobs. I didn't. I was happy with young girl boobs. That was great. And then immediately they were like, "Oh, I'm coming." I'm like, I did not need to see that or hear that at all.
It was sad though. At the end of the day, it was. She just wanted somebody to love her.
And you know what's really sad too? He at the end was like, there was actually something there.
Right.
Like,
yeah. No, it was a way to show his humanity.
Thank God.
Because at this point in time, yeah, I told you. But how do you feel about him now?
I still think he's an asshole, but I think he's grown. Like I like that. Like I like that he's grown as a character.
Yeah. Well, have you finished the first season yet?
Not yet. I'm working on it right now.
So you haven't found out if he has a power or not.
No, but I'm still at the theory that his power is something so specific that something has to like happen to him in order for him to do it.
Close.
Okay, because I'm like, he has to have a power.
Yeah.
Like I know he would have to because he also got struck by the lightning, but I'm like, his power would have to be something a little bit more like he wouldn't be able to discover it until it happens. And I know that it's like, well, duh.
No, you're hitting the mark.
Okay.
Pretty well.
I'm like,
yeah.
All right. I did like the bottle scene though, where he was trying to like blow up the bottle.
In fact, I even suspect, you're not saying it, I even suspect that you even might have a good idea what it is.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Do you want me to say it?
No.
Okay. All right. So
because if you are right, I don't think I could lie to you.
Okay. Because I'm like, I think I know what his power is. I hate it. The invisible power is terrible. Like all the powers kind of suck.
Which one is it? Okay, yeah, that's like the main guy.
That's Ramsey Bolton's character.
Is it Ramsey? Oh, that's right. Ramsey's the one that disappears.
He's Invisible Boy from fuck, what's that movie? Mystery Men. Yeah, he's the Invisible Boy. I can only turn invisible when you're not looking at me.
He's such an odd character in that show. Like he's not. See, because that's where I knew him from. When he shows up, that's who I was like, oh, it's Misfits. And so when you see him as Ramsey Bolton, it's weird. So it's got to be weird seeing him from being Ramsey Bolton or the bad guy in the undisclosed Marvel show, in such a weird, vulnerable way.
It is definitely interesting. And it's almost, and I know it's a terrible, or actually, I'm just gonna say it. It's almost adorable, like, because you're watching him. When you watch him in Game of Thrones, you're like, oh damn, he's like horrid. But then when you I mean, obviously he's a great character because he's one of my favorites. But then I watch him in Misfits, and I'm like, oh, he's a socially awkward goofball. Like he's just adorable.
He has a really cool arc coming up.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I do love. Go
ahead. No.
I do love the Cockney girl, the one who can read minds.
Gosh. Yeah,
she's great because you can never understand her, which is kind of I don't know if this was intentional or not, but she can understand everybody else in their head, but nobody can really understand her.
Right.
Because of her accent. And I also love the fact that every time somebody thinks something, they're like, damn it, she can hear that, can't they? I love that.
Even the dog.
Yeah.
It's a good thing the dog speaks English.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it would be really weird if it spoke like Russian or something. That would have been better. Like, if it was like it going,
yeah, right.
Fuck you.
So okay, so now, all right, now that Robert Sheehan, who is the character we were talking about,
yep,
with the old boobs, so he, of course, he's from Umbrella Academy. Are
is
you
that
looking?
What he's from? Anyway, go on.
Serious? No, you knew that.
No, I know.
Why are you? Don't be like that. Hey, Tifa.
Hey.
But are you excited to watch the 4th season of the Umbrella Academy coming out?
No, not at all. In fact, I skipped the 3rd season.
Well, do you realize what you missed by skipping the 3rd season?
It's awesome.
No.
Oh, okay. I was about to say because I could not. I know
like missing an STD.
Oh, I'm like, so I watched. First off, I hate the fact that they brought back Ben.
I think somebody's trying to find out. See, Steph's slime diver. I think wants to see.
Oh, you mean?
When you say the guy on the right, I'm confused. Who's right?
My right or your right?
Because when I'm looking at the screen, it's on the right. So,
and I'm on the right when I'm looking at the right.
Yeah,
the one with the big boobs. This is Steph Wilson's artwork.
There you go.
So go look at his stuff. He does balloon animal boobs, and it's great. So I did ask him to do a commission for me of a girl made out of balloon animals.
Yeah.
That. He really wanted to do it too. He's like, "Oh, I really do want to do that." Like, do it, you fucking idiot. No, I love Steph. He's a great guy. But I am not excited to watch that the 4th season of Umbrella Academy. And I don't think because the 2nd season they combined the first 2 arcs of Umbrella Academy in the 1st season and the 2nd season.
Yeah.
So they kind of squished those together. But the 3rd arc is also part of the 2nd series, but it's also like its own entity, and I could not get into it. It also doesn't help that they brought back Ben. I'm like, that just defeats the whole purpose of.
No, the thing about it is, yes, Tiff says I think I only watched some of the 1st season, couldn't get into it. I like the 1st season.
I like the 1st season and the 2nd season. I thought both of those were awesome. I thought the 2nd season was awesome.
But again, that's to me, but to me, the 2nd season, I did like the 2nd season with the fish and everything like that, with the fish in the pole and as the boss.
Yeah,
but but I felt like to me, the Umbrella Academy Netflix show is better than the Gerard Way comic.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I do think Gerard Way. I think his Doom Patrol is a million times better. But yes, I do agree.
100%. Umbrella Academy.
Well, because Umbrella Academy, the comic, and I know people are gonna be like, when you just lost a bunch of listeners, it's kind of basic.
Yes,
like it really is just our sister is becoming the apocalypse, and that's it. Like that is the entire situation of it.
Right. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Netflix show is literally about family. Like it is about family and amazing it's very good character development.
Hold on, because this is prime for them.
What? Oh, no, we're not homosexuals. We're just very good friends.
Yeah, we're just very good friends who send each other pee pics mostly.
It's just usually small peas, though.
It's just small peas, lowercase peas, just not fully erect.
No, I mean like no, not that kind of pea. I mean I'm like the Count from Sesame Street kind of pea.
Oh,
Jeez, you
the
know.
count counts numbers, not p.
What? Yeah, that is.
Like, he doesn't count the alphabet. That doesn't make
Doesn't
sense.
count the alphabet.
But no, I think
one pea.
first
Two,
off,
two
I like
pea.
Elliot Page,
Okay.
the one with glasses and hair. I like
Hey, you
that.
have more hair than I do.
I
now,
do
so
have more hair
see,
than
There
you.
you go. That's
But I like Elliot Page. I
Okay.
think they're great. And I love just the development of each character. Like they all interconnect, they all get along very well. They forgive each other. And in the book, they're just like, oh well.
no. There's a very huge detachment in the book between the characters. So anyway, yeah. So there's a very huge detachment in the book from the characters. They don't really like each other, and they're not really that wild about each other in the show either. But
No, but they at least care about each other. Like that's kind of the fun thing. Like no matter what they do in that, not like they all try to talk and communicate with each other. Is what guess what I'm saying.
right,
So I do agree with you. I like that. I like it more.
right. No, yeah, but just in its storytelling premise alone was interesting. But like, yeah, it was very basic. I agree. It was the cartoon. Merle wants to know why you're wearing a sack. It's because earlier in the stream hour,
I lost power.
I lost power.
So I lost power during the stream, and
Jeff wants to know why you came back with the burlap sack. Because once you lost power and the internet, the whole world just fell apart.
My whole world fell apart for a good 5 minutes.
This whole stream has been cursed. Like seriously, we couldn't get on because StreamYard had too much traffic. Like it's fucking expressway in LA at 5:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
and then we finally get on about 15 minutes late, and people are out there going, "These people can't keep up with shit, man. You can't count on Chad to save my life." Anyway, oh wait, that might have been a Freudian slip. So and then after that, we get started, and Chad loses power. I got to go for like 5 or 6 minutes all by myself, and that is like the saddest point in YouTube television. It would be a shame if I had to get up and dance. Especially since I'm not wearing any shoes or pants. So it could be entertaining or it could be horrible. It depends on what you're into. So.
Go to our OnlyFans. No, but and then like the moment I get back on, like the moment everything boots back up, I just pop back in and be like, I've just been 45 years. And yes, this is also my Renaissance Festival costume. So I'm a homeless man.
Did you really go out like that in the Renaissance Fair? That's great.
I do, yes. Oh yeah. I
great.
don't wear a shirt on underneath or anything. I just
now here's the thing. Everybody thinks that's a really clever outfit, but in all honesty, it's just because you want to be comfortable. And
this is not comfortable, but yes, you're right. But I will not lie to you though. When the breeze like when it's breezy and it's nice out, damn yeah, hell yeah. Like I'm cooled down nicely. Everybody else is sweating their balls off, and I'm like, bro.
Burlap shoes too. Huh?
I do have burlap shoes. I do.
I bet your feet smell after that.
It's just water shoes wrapped in burlap.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like I just wear burlap over my feet, and no, that would be awful.
That would be horrible. Yeah, especially with all the. When you think of a Renaissance fair, I think of a lot of mud.
A lot of mud and a lot of wood.
Yeah, a lot of wood. Because it's because of the bustiers. But yeah. Anyway, so, a lot of wood.
A lot of wood.
So anyway, hey. You won't freaking look at the private chat, so you know what that means, right? Oh, yeah. That means I'm going to have